That's a federal crime. He's just admitted that he knows about it.
The orders of defendant Sean Combs forcing Jennifer Lopez to remain silent about the videotape fault of plaintiff by defendant.
I can't send none of y'all meatballs up.
Kanye West, known for his unapologetic approach to sharing his thoughts, appears ready to stir the pot yet again. Over the years, his fearless commentary has sparked both outrage and admiration, and this time, it seems Jennifer Lopez and her potential ties to Diddy are under the spotlight. While details remain speculative, whispers of alleged involvement in controversial events have captured public attention. Ray J has already stepped forward, claiming that certain individuals are working hard to suppress victims' voices to avoid being linked to the mounting allegations against Diddy. The claims add fuel to the fire, suggesting that some of America's most cherished stars may have connections to disturbing or exploitative activities during the infamous freak-offs, gatherings that have become a focal point in these allegations. Whether these accusations are grounded in fact or mere speculation, they are undeniably damaging to the reputations of those being implicated. For now, the public is left wondering who else might be drawn into this growing scandal and what truths may eventually surface.
During an interview for The Doc, he said, quote, "I'm hearing about artists paying victims to keep their names out of it." He's basically saying some celebrities out there were involved in Diddy's freak-offs and they're trying to pay off survivors. He said, quote, "Here's what I do know. People do catch and kills all day. For the regular world, somebody has a truth, somebody pays you to keep it quiet, and hopefully that money you got paid secures your happiness while you watch the lie continue to succeed." Basically, quote, "I'll give you money, please don't talk." Ray J didn't mention anyone by name, but said these high-profile people reached out to him because of his friendship with P. Diddy, fearing that their names would be attached to his alleged illegal.
This brings us to Jennifer Lopez and the growing speculation that she might be one of the celebrities eager to keep certain details under wraps. Diddy, once a significant figure in J.Lo's past, is a chapter she seems determined to leave behind. However, there was a time when they were Hollywood's it couple, a duo that dominated headlines and red carpets alike. Their relationship even endured through the chaos of the 1999 Club New York shooting, a scandal that rocked the entertainment world. While the incident led to rapper Shine taking the fall and going to jail, Diddy managed to avoid conviction, a development that left many questioning the dynamics of power and influence at play during that time. Now, with Diddy facing a wave of new allegations, it's dredging up memories of his past associations and connections. For Jennifer Lopez, this renewed attention on her former partner is far from welcome, especially as she's worked hard to reframe her narrative and distance herself from those tumultuous days. Whether or not there's any truth to the rumors linking her to efforts to silence people, it's clear the resurfacing of these events is casting a long shadow over her past.
Always dressed to impress. MTV couldn't get enough of them. Remember TRL? Anywhere they went, paparazzi followed. This was a different time. Everyone wanted to know what they were going to wear. Puffy's white party, Loved Up, and everyone was like, OMG, they're so cute. Then December 1999, they go to a party in New York. There are pew-pews involved. They both get arrested. Later, J.Lo was off the hook. I vividly remember people were like, goodness gracious, poor J.Lo, she's with a bad boy, they should break up. But they didn't. They went to the Grammys together. She wore this Versace gown. Everyone lost their minds. They coordinated wearing matching white outfits at the MTV Video Music Awards. Then it came all crashing down. Valentine's Day 2001, they announced they broke up.
When Jennifer Lopez and Diddy were together, they were a power couple at the top of their game. Their relationship was a mutually beneficial arrangement, especially for J.Lo, whose rising stardom got a significant boost from being associated with Diddy's bad boy image. At the time, the pairing gave her career an edge, combining her pop appeal with his reputation as a high-profile record executive. Fans and media alike were captivated by the dynamic of the pop princess and the rebellious music mogul, making them one of the most talked-about couples in Hollywood. Their chemistry helped cement J.Lo's place as more than just a rising star. She became a cultural icon. However, as glamorous as their relationship seemed on the surface, the controversies surrounding Diddy eventually became harder to ignore, culminating in events like the 1999 Club New York shooting, which marked a turning point in their narrative. Despite the high-profile breakup that followed, their relationship left a lasting impact on both their careers and public personas, making it a chapter that's difficult to erase entirely from public memory.
You know, they were definitely at the top of everybody's list in terms of events. Their pictures were everywhere. It was just kind of in the advent of social media. So there was just definitely a lot of press and buzz around their relationship at the time.
To understand their relationship, we have to head back to the late 90s when J.Lo was fresh off filming the hit movie Selena. At the time, she was working on her debut album to be called On the Six. Diddy was hired to co-write and produce a song for the album called Feelin' So Good. The two started working together professionally, which quickly turned into something a bit more, and they started dating. The first time we saw them publicly was in September 1999 at the MTV Music Video Awards, where J.Lo was nominated for Best Female Video. Diddy was also nominated for Best New Artist in a Video, Best Pop Video, and Best Dance Video. It was the next year, though, that J.Lo broke the internet, even before that was a thing, with the green dress at the Grammys, and her date was P. Diddy.
I think that Diddy added to her brand. I think the fact that she was dating a celeb and walking the red carpet, I mean, we all remember the green Versace dress, right? That she wore with Diddy to, I believe it was the Grammys or something along those lines. So, you know,
this wasn't the first time Jennifer Lopez found herself entangled in Diddy's controversies. During the fallout from the 1999 Club New York shooting, Lil Rod named her in his lawsuit against the rapper. According to his account, Diddy allegedly claimed that J.Lo had carried the firearm used in the incident into the club, concealed in her purse. The accusation shocked the public and further intensified the media frenzy surrounding the case. While no charges were ultimately brought against J.Lo, the claims painted an unflattering picture and linked her to one of the most controversial moments in Diddy's career. It was a stark reminder of how deeply their lives were intertwined during that period, and how her association with Diddy dragged her into the scandal, whether fairly or not. Though she eventually moved on and distanced herself from Diddy, whispers of this allegation still linger, resurfacing now as the music mogul faces renewed scrutiny. For J.Lo, these past controversies remain a part of her history that some are unwilling to let go.
A universe where she could testify against him in terms of, you know, violence, in terms of his interactions with other artists, especially the folks that have been coming forward alleging that he has harmed them in some way or engaged in, you know, human trafficking and trafficking. So was she aware of any of that going on? Did she see him with underage girls, or was she present for when some of those videos were taken that Little Rod included screenshots of those videos in his pleadings? So how much of that did she know? When did she know it? And what actions did she take at the time? Is that part of the reason why they broke up?
While some hold Jennifer Lopez accountable for her past association with Diddy, others argue that she should be forgiven, especially if her decision to break up with him stemmed from recognizing his true nature. Rumors have long suggested that J.Lo ended their relationship after realizing the kind of person Diddy was behind the scenes. Her mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, has also made it clear over the years that she was never a fan of Diddy. If you recall, Guadalupe publicly expressed her disapproval of their relationship, reportedly concerned about how his reputation and lifestyle might affect her daughter. This maternal disapproval might have been a contributing factor in J.Lo ultimately walking away from Diddy. While the reasons for their split remain a mix of speculation and personal history, the narrative often suggests that J.Lo saw the warning signs and decided to protect herself by stepping away before things got worse. Now, as Diddy faces fresh allegations and his past comes under renewed scrutiny, some are re-evaluating her decision to distance herself from him and whether it speaks to her foresight or a desire to move beyond a turbulent chapter of her life.
Oh, the last time that you were here, yes, I was telling you that I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way.
I remember you said
yes.
that. Yes.
Or in my mind,
look it.
Or in my mind, getting together permanently with Pitbull.
Right, Pitbull. It's crazy. Everybody came alive. They all had something to say.
Yeah, everybody has an opinion.
Yes, it's funny to me.
Gene Deal, a former bodyguard for Diddy, also shed light on the situation, confirming that Jennifer Lopez's mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, was not a fan of Diddy from the start. In fact, it's been reported that her team took the disapproval a step further by hiring a private investigator to look into him during their relationship. According to Deal, I knew a lot of the guys, and I saw a couple of guys who worked a couple of jobs with me, suggesting that there were people involved behind the scenes, possibly gathering information or monitoring Diddy's activities. This aligns with the narrative that J.Lo's inner circle, particularly her mother, was protective of her and concerned about the potential consequences of her relationship with a controversial music mogul. This proactive approach by J.Lo's team highlights the tensions surrounding their high-profile romance and the lengths they were willing to go to ensure her safety and reputation. It also adds another layer of complexity to their breakup, suggesting it may have been influenced by more than just personal differences. For some, this revelation reinforces the idea that J.Lo recognized the red flags early and acted to separate herself from an increasingly problematic situation.
I knew a lot of the guys, and I saw a couple of guys who worked a couple of jobs with me before watching us. So I know a couple of guys that were watching us. So I was trying to tell Paul, yo, you know, we got PIs following us. You know what I'm saying? So it was only certain reasons if they was following us, if they was PIs, somebody was trying to find out something on us. So either somebody hired private eyes to follow us on behalf of Jennifer Lopez, or she did.
But why you think her and her team would do that?
Somebody hired private eyes to follow us. It could have been her manager, Benny Medina. He didn't like Puff. You understand?
Jennifer Lopez was never reportedly abused during her relationship with Diddy, but she has spoken in the past about understanding what it's like to be involved in abusive relationships. This acknowledgement has led some to speculate that she might have witnessed troubling behavior during her time with Diddy. After all, he had a reputation for being abusive towards some of his other girlfriends and was also known for his infidelity. However, according to Gene Deal, J.Lo was treated differently. Deal revealed that J.Lo wasn't the type to tolerate mistreatment, stating, "She was the type to fight back, so he couldn't try to play her like that." This assertion paints a picture of J.Lo as a strong, assertive woman who wouldn't let herself be victimized, even in a turbulent relationship. While this dynamic may have shielded her from the worst of Diddy's alleged behavior, it also highlights the challenges she faced navigating a high-profile romance with someone whose reputation for toxic behavior was already well known. Ultimately, J.Lo's ability to stand her ground and walk away when she saw the signs is seen by many as a testament to her strength and self-awareness.
And you said J.Lo mom didn't like Puff either, right?
His mom couldn't stand. Mom never took a present, a gift. If she needed air to breathe, she wouldn't take his last breath.
Gene Deal further elaborated on Jennifer Lopez's dynamic with Diddy, stating that, given her personality, Diddy never even raised his voice at her. A significant factor in this, according to Deal, was J.Lo's independence. She didn't need to rely on Diddy for anything, financially or otherwise. This independence likely set her apart from others in his life and established a different power dynamic in their relationship. J.Lo's strong sense of self and confidence meant she wasn't easily controlled or manipulated, which may have prevented her from enduring some of the alleged mistreatment that others faced. Her ability to stand on her own likely commanded a level of respect that altered Diddy's typical behavior around her. This narrative underscores J.Lo's resilience and strength during a time when she was not only building her career but also navigating a relationship that could have otherwise been detrimental to her personal and professional life.
I didn't try to play her like that, but, you know, she would check that. And I put in my book one particular night where she was in the we was in the studio and a lot of girls was up there, and J.Lo got, you know, Miss Lopez got mad, and she went home and she put on some jeans and sneakers and put her hair back into a little bun and a ponytail, and she came back to the studio, and Puff had a new song for her because she was heated, and he got rid of all those girls that was in the studio.
Gene Deal further elaborated on Jennifer Lopez's dynamic with Diddy, stating that, given her personality, Diddy never even raised his voice at her. A significant factor in this, according to Deal, was J.Lo's independence. She didn't need to rely on Diddy for anything, financially or otherwise. This independence likely set her apart from others in his life and established a different power dynamic in their relationship. J.Lo's strong sense of self and confidence meant she wasn't easily controlled or manipulated, which may have prevented her from enduring some of the alleged mistreatment that others faced. Her ability to stand on her own likely commanded a level of respect that altered Diddy's typical behavior around her. This narrative underscores J.Lo's resilience and strength during a time when she was not only building her career but also navigating a relationship that could have otherwise been detrimental to her personal and professional life.
So he never tried to, you know, straight up, you know, talk to her crazy or anything around people. Never. I never even heard him raise his voice to her. But you got to realize with Kim them and most other people that I've seen him be around, they depended on him. Ms. Lopez didn't depend on him. You know, she had a...
At the end of the day, many argue that someone as deeply involved as Jennifer Lopez during her relationship with Diddy couldn't have been entirely unaware of or removed from the situations surrounding him. Critics suggest that being close to Diddy during such a tumultuous time would have made it nearly impossible to avoid witnessing or being privy to his controversial actions. Adding fuel to the fire, Diddy's old rival, Suge Knight, weighed in on the matter. Knight, known for his outspoken nature, seemingly backed up much of what Kanye West has claimed about the darker undercurrents of Hollywood. Suge's comments echo Kanye's past statements about the industry's secrets, power plays, and the lengths some go to maintain control or protect their image. While Suge's remarks don't specifically implicate J.Lo, they contribute to the broader narrative suggesting that many prominent figures in the entertainment world are complicit in, or at least aware of, questionable behaviors. For J.Lo, this complicates her efforts to distance herself from Diddy's controversies, as critics continue to scrutinize what she may have known or overlooked during their high-profile romance.
J.Lo doing this and J.Lo doing that. And they know the fact that J.Lo lied and said that the gun was shine or whatever, and hit that man to prison and destroyed his life, and she knew it was tough. I'm quite sure they probably called that the FBI gave that crazy call of Ben Affleck. It's a white man who got respect in the white world. I'm quite sure they said, we want to show you some things. Listen about your wife.
There has been speculation that Jennifer Lopez's divorce from Ben Affleck could have been partly influenced by resurfaced videos of her with Diddy at his notorious wild parties. Some rumors suggest that these videos might have caused tension in her relationship with Ben, especially since they depicted her being closely associated with Diddy during the years when their past romance was still a talking point. Suge Knight, in his usual blunt manner, hinted that J.Lo wasn't entirely innocent in the period following her breakup with Diddy, suggesting that she continued to be involved with Diddy in some way during those years. Whether this involvement was purely social or something deeper, the resurfacing of such videos could have caused Affleck to question her past connections and the true nature of her relationship with Diddy. This theory, while speculative, adds another layer of complexity to the timeline of J.Lo's relationships. It raises questions about how her past with Diddy might have resurfaced to impact her present relationships, especially considering her efforts to distance herself from that chapter in her life.
When he sees this that her and Puffy was doing and who they were doing it with, I'm quite sure they gave his ass those tapes. And I'm quite sure he can never look at her the same. I'm quite sure they headed for a divorce. Because, you know, that's a man who had a good life. Great parents, don't spend a lot of money, ain't tripping out paparazzi. He living his life. He got his own team. She done brought all the extra. He won out. He stayed married to J.Lo.
When the Diddy scandal first began to break out, Kanye West was one of the first to publicly warn about the darker truths surrounding him. At the time, many may have brushed it off as paranoia or exaggerated claims, but Kanye wasn't afraid to speak out about what he believed was going on behind the scenes. One of the most explosive claims he made was that Diddy was an FBI informant, something that was later corroborated by his former bodyguard, Gene Deal. This revelation added a whole new layer of intrigue to the already controversial figure that Diddy had become. Kanye has long maintained that industry insiders, particularly fellow rappers, were working against him, actively trying to sabotage him. He's even gone so far as to suggest that they were poisoning him, both figuratively and literally, as part of a larger effort to control or silence him. Kanye's willingness to expose what he believed were corrupt practices in the industry reflects his broader view of Hollywood as a place where power struggles, manipulation, and alliances often go unnoticed by the public. His accusations against Diddy, combined with the backing of Gene Deal's testimony, paint a picture of a much more complex and potentially dangerous web of influence than what the public was initially led to believe.
Ways in me, and by the way, y'all done already f***ed with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something now.
Kanye West's outspoken nature is not just limited to his criticism of the industry or his famous rants. It's also why some believe he could eventually expose Jennifer Lopez, especially considering his history of revealing shocking truths about other celebrities. Kanye has never shied away from airing his grievances, and J.Lo, like others in the industry, could be a target if he feels the need to expose what he knows. One of the most notable examples of Kanye's public exposes was his fallout with his former best friend, Jay-Z. During a famous onstage rant, Kanye went after Beyoncé, accusing her of refusing to perform at the MTV Video Music Awards unless her music video for Formation won Video of the Year over Drake's Hotline Bling and his own Famous. This was a bold move, especially considering the close relationship Kanye had with both Beyoncé and Jay-Z. In his rant, Kanye also pointed out how he had once put his career and reputation on the line to defend Jay-Z and other industry figures, only to feel betrayed when things went south. This pattern of exposing behind-the-scenes power plays and alliances could mean that, should Kanye feel that Jennifer Lopez is hiding something or playing a role in the bigger picture of Diddy's controversial past, he wouldn't hesitate to speak out. Given Kanye's track record, it's not a far stretch for some to speculate that he might eventually reveal details about J.Lo's connection to Diddy, especially if he believes it's tied to the larger issues he's been outspoken about in the industry, including corruption, manipulation, and betrayal. Kanye's lack of fear in calling out others, including his own close friends, makes him a wildcard when it comes to who might get exposed next.
Travis gave me the address, but as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, f*** you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, f*** you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-card. So y'all niggas shut the f*** up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the f*** up about, you shut the f*** up about my...
Kanye West dropped yet another bombshell when he revealed that Jay-Z allegedly had killers under his control and had told Kanye to just talk to him and call him, implying that Jay-Z had the power to resolve things or had connections that could help him. This revelation, made during another one of Kanye's infamous rants, painted a chilling picture of the music mogul's reach and influence. It suggested that Jay-Z wasn't just a powerful figure in the music world but also potentially had connections to darker, more dangerous circles. The way Kanye described the situation, it became clear that by then, Jay-Z had distanced himself from Kanye, perhaps to protect his own image or maintain his position in the industry. Kanye suggested that Jay-Z had essentially abandoned him when he needed support the most, choosing to stay silent or disengaged to avoid any fallout that might harm his reputation. The implication was that Jay-Z was more concerned with preserving his image and staying in the good graces of the industry than helping out a friend who had once been his closest ally. This bombshell further highlighted the toxic undercurrents that Kanye often speaks about in the music business, how relationships can be disposable when it comes to protecting personal interests or maintaining power. For Kanye, it felt like a betrayal, and he wasn't afraid to call it out. Whether people believe the details of Kanye's claims or not, this moment further solidified his role as an unpredictable, truth-telling figure willing to expose what others would rather keep hidden. This revelation certainly puts a lot into perspective when considering the new lawsuit against Diddy, where the victim alleges that both he and Jay-Z assaulted her after the 2000 VMAs. According to the lawsuit, the incident involved two high-profile figures, and there was also mention of an unnamed female celebrity present during the altercation. Many people have speculated that this unnamed individual could be Jennifer Lopez, who was dating Diddy at the time. The timing of the event, September 7, 2000, coincides with the period when J.Lo and Diddy were at the height of their relationship. The allegations in the lawsuit, which involve both Diddy and Jay-Z, are serious and have led to a lot of speculation about who the unnamed woman could be. Given the media frenzy surrounding J.Lo's relationship with Diddy and her proximity to him during that time, it's not surprising that some have pointed to her as the possible celebrity referenced in the lawsuit. This legal development, combined with the history of tension between Diddy and Jay-Z, paints a troubling picture of the power dynamics and corruption within the industry. It adds another layer of complexity to the narratives surrounding both men, especially when considering how their past relationships and actions continue to come under scrutiny. If it turns out that J.Lo was involved in this situation, it would certainly raise more questions about what she knew and when, further complicating her image and legacy from that time.
Just to win. Win.
This new claim about an alleged incident involving a young woman at a VMA afterparty is chilling, especially considering the details of what supposedly transpired. According to the victim, who was just 13 years old at the time, she was taken to a VMA afterparty in New York, located just 20 minutes from the event. After having a drink at the party, she began to feel woozy and lightheaded, and she suspected that she may have been drugged. Seeking a place to rest, she reportedly went into what she thought was an empty bedroom. That's when she claims Sean Combs, along with a male and female celebrity, entered the room. Combs allegedly grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." The female celebrity, once unnamed, has now been identified as Sean, a well-known figure in the industry. The details of this incident raise serious questions about the nature of Hollywood's hidden dark side, the predatory behavior that allegedly existed within elite circles, and the exploitation of young, vulnerable individuals. This incident, alongside the other rumors and legal cases involving Diddy, Jay-Z, and others, paints a disturbing picture of what may have been happening behind closed doors during these high-profile events. It's important to note that these claims are serious and the legal process will ultimately determine the veracity of the allegations. However, the fact that this has come to light and the identity of the unnamed celebrity has been revealed adds another layer of intrigue to the ongoing scrutiny of those in positions of power in the entertainment industry.
Jane Doe alleges that back on September 7th, 2000, when she was just 13 years old, she was taken to a Video Music Awards, VMA's after party, which was 20 minutes away from the event in New York. And at this party, she claims that she took a drink, she started feeling woozy, lightheaded, she makes the claim that she may have been drugged, and then she tries to find a place to lie down in what she thought was an empty bedroom. She said that is when Sean Combs, along with a male and female celebrity, entered the room. And Combs allegedly grabbed her and said, "You are ready to party." Well, now, celebrity A, who was that unnamed celebrity, has been identified as Sean Carter. This is a part of a newly filed amended complaint.
This newly filed amended complaint has brought forward even more serious allegations, with the woman now being named as a witness in a lawsuit against Diddy, filed by an inmate named Cardello Smith. Smith has accused Diddy of orchestrating a conspiracy to have him sent to jail after insulting him and allegedly attempting to frame him for other heinous acts. According to Smith, Diddy's actions were part of a larger scheme to silence him and protect his own interests. On December 9th, Cardello Smith filed a notice of submission of material, adding new evidence or information to support his claims. This legal action has sparked more speculation about Diddy's involvement in multiple shady dealings, and the fact that the unnamed female celebrity, who has been linked to the earlier claims of abuse, is now a witness only deepens the complexity of the situation. If these allegations are proven to be true, it would paint a troubling picture of the lengths to which Diddy and others may have gone to control, manipulate, or silence individuals who posed a threat to their power. The involvement of multiple figures from within the entertainment industry, combined with the serious accusations surrounding both Diddy and Jay-Z, suggests that the dark underbelly of Hollywood might be far more corrupt and dangerous than anyone realized.
A Playboy model claims Sean Diddy Combs made her watch a Jennifer Lopez music video on repeat at one of his freak-offs. Rachel Kennedy claims the footage was playing on a continuous loop in Diddy's Tokyo hotel room during the 2000 interaction, and further alleged that the rapper was on the phone with J.Lo, whom he was dating at the time. Rachel said on the Daily Mail's The Trial of Diddy podcast that she found the entire situation quite odd, and further described it as creepy and disrespectful. Rachel and her two friends had been invited to Diddy's room for a party after meeting him at a topless club in Japan. She and her friends were expecting to just attend a party, but Diddy was alone in his room when they arrived. She claims they then engaged in a consensual encounter. Jennifer Lopez has yet to comment on Diddy's legal.
The idea that celebrities have to keep quiet about the darker side of the industry due to their own involvement in questionable actions has been a recurring theme in Kanye West's public statements. According to Kanye, many in Hollywood are silenced or coerced into staying quiet because of what they have done or the secrets they are keeping. The implication is that these celebrities may fear being exposed for their own shady behavior, leading them to maintain a level of complicity or silence in order to protect themselves. However, Kanye has positioned himself as someone who isn't afraid to speak out, largely because he claims he has not been involved in the most dangerous aspects of the industry. As he has pointed out, he hasn't killed anyone, implying that while he may have had to navigate shady dealings, he hasn't crossed certain moral or legal lines that would make him as vulnerable to retaliation as others. This gives him a unique sense of freedom to speak his mind and expose what he believes is wrong in the industry. Kanye has gone so far as to name prominent figures like LeBron James in his rants, suggesting that even these major celebrities are part of a larger system that keeps certain truths buried. Whether Kanye is accusing them of being complicit in the industry's corrupt practices or simply suggesting they are part of the power structure that controls Hollywood, his statements have raised more questions about the power dynamics at play in the entertainment world. The fact that Kanye is willing to name names, whether it's Diddy, Jay-Z, or others, further sets him apart as a figure who isn't afraid to push back against the forces he believes are keeping the truth hidden, even if it means taking on some of the biggest names in the industry.
December 9th, Cardella Smith filed a notice of submission of material witnesses and named 3 people: New York police officer Derek Palmer, former Combs employee Kirk Burroughs, and pop superstar Jennifer Lopez, J.Lo, who dated Combs from 1999 to 2001. The material witness Jennifer Lynn Lopez, also known as J.Lo and Jenny from the Block, was engaged in a relationship with the defendant Sean Combs during 1999 and 2001, and the sexual assault of the plaintiff was recorded, distributed, and held by the defendant at his New York residence and recording studio. And during the relationship with Jennifer Lopez, she was made privy to this video that was taken by Sean Combs and his employee Kirk Burroughs. She, J.Lo, has known this video existed and was in existence and took no action to make it known to anyone in law enforcement, and that she was even questioned by New York Police Detective Derek Palmer about this matter, and that the report will show that her answers to this tape was and still remains a resounding yes to its existence.
Kanye West once again raised eyebrows when he mentioned Diddy, claiming that not only had Diddy been involved in taking lives, but that he was also controlled because of these actions. Kanye's statements seem to suggest that Diddy's power and influence were tied to dark and dangerous dealings, including actions that could have serious legal and moral consequences. What makes Kanye's remarks even more chilling is the fact that, in the past, many of his bold claims about the industry have turned out to be true. Whether it's exposing the manipulation behind the scenes or calling out major players for their involvement in shady activities, Kanye's history of speaking out has led some to believe that his latest statements could have a basis in reality as well. Kanye's willingness to speak openly about Diddy and others who are seemingly entrenched in the darker aspects of the entertainment industry puts him in a unique position. He's willing to name names and make accusations that others shy away from, partly because of the powerful people involved and the risks of doing so. If his past claims about the industry have turned out to be accurate, it raises serious questions about the truth behind his latest remarks, especially regarding Diddy's control and involvement in illicit activities. The more Kanye speaks, the more it seems like he might be exposing the industry's hidden realities, even if those in power are trying to keep those truths buried.
You can't control, you get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
See,
you.
it ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
He again mentioned Diddy as someone who had not only taken lives, but was controlled because of this. And everything he said turned out to be true.
You know what I'm saying? It's
As Jennifer Lopez continues to distance herself from her past connection to Diddy, it's clear that she's trying to avoid being dragged into the ongoing controversies surrounding him. With all the legal battles, accusations, and public scrutiny surrounding Diddy, there's a high chance that J.Lo will do everything in her power to keep her name out of it, especially as she feels her reputation or personal life is at risk. While it's uncertain what exactly J.Lo knew or didn't know about Diddy's actions, her past involvement with him makes it difficult to completely escape the situation. Whether she was directly involved in any wrongdoing or simply trying to move on from a toxic relationship, it's likely she'll do whatever she can to prevent any legal proceedings from tarnishing her public image. Even if she's innocent, J.Lo's known to be a strong and determined woman who's not afraid to stand her ground when necessary. Her past history, including how she handled turbulent situations in her personal and professional life, shows that she's no pushover. So while she may be trying to distance herself from the drama, she likely won't let anyone use her name in a way that would harm her career or legacy, especially not when it comes to a scandal as serious as this one. It'll be interesting to see if her efforts to keep her name out of court proceedings succeed or if, like many other celebrities, she'll eventually find herself pulled back into a mess she'd prefer to leave behind.
You select the photo. Yeah. I'm taking the best photo. You select it. You don't like it. You don't take it. Hey, Jennifer, do you have anything to say about the Diddy situation? Any comments on that, Jennifer?
Right.
Kanye's genius has always been undeniable, despite the many efforts made to remove him from the industry, whether those efforts are warranted or not. Jaguar Wright, a singer known for her outspoken opinions on the music industry, put it best when she said that no matter how much people may try to silence Kanye or erase him from the narrative, they can't take away his impact. His creativity, his influence, and his ability to speak truth to power have made an indelible mark on music, fashion, and culture at large. Even when the industry attempts to cancel or undermine him, Kanye's voice and actions have continued to resonate, forcing people to pay attention. Whether it's his work in hip-hop, his ventures in fashion, or his controversial public persona, Kanye has left a legacy that's too big to erase. His ideas, whether they be groundbreaking or polarizing, have shaped the conversation in ways that many can't ignore. What people like Jaguar Wright highlight is that Kanye, for all his flaws, has pushed boundaries and made his mark in ways that few can ever truly replicate or erase. His genius and influence are embedded in the cultural fabric, and regardless of what forces try to silence him, his legacy is secure.
But if the best you can do is take him from being a $4 billionaire to a $400 millionaire, if that's the best shot you got, then.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I mean, that's the best you can do. You take away 90% of his money and he's still got $400 million. Still. And then you get his friends, people that have made money with him, money off of him, to go on TV and to shush nigga shush. Shush nigga shush. But it was all good when you was making money off of them.
It was all good when you were making money off of them, right? That's the reality many people in the industry have to face, whether it's benefiting from someone's talent or using their influence for personal gain. But once things start to shift, and that same person starts speaking out or challenging the status quo, the situation changes quickly. What do you think about all this? Do you believe Kanye's right about what's going on behind the scenes in Hollywood and the music industry? Or do you think these accusations are just the result of someone burning bridges? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more updates, and hit that bell so you never miss a thing.